Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Sauntering Tarot. This is your daily tarot reading for the 26th of November, 2024. We have the Three Ships Tapestry back already. It hasn't even been a week, and this is back on the table. So, go buckle up. We're going to see how this pertains to you for today. Alright, my lovelies, I am back. All your cards are on the table, of course. We have 1 Ace, 4 Major Arcana, no synchronicities. So, best part of your day. If I can get my chair to slide over correctly. There we go. Best part of your day. We start off with the 9 of Pentacles. Strength in the reverse. And the Ace of Swords, also in the reverse. Okay. And it's funny because when your cards were coming out and these three hit the table, I heard the word ingenuity. Which, let's face it, ingenuity, you being very resourceful to think and move and respond on the fly. And in a way that might feel and be more prudent that you're winging it. You're going by the seat of your pants. Why? Because you may not have the most confidence in yourself on where you're going or why you're going that way. It's like somebody you throwing a curveball and you're going, okay, well, I have an idea. I can do this. Let's see if it works. It's not that you have the greatest idea of what's going to happen or that you have the confidence that it will work, but you're willing to try. Ingenuity. Yeah. And let's face it, when things go awry, when things don't work out to plan, seeing what resources you have and being willing to try, to troubleshoot, to find the workaround, it is a way of using your own ingenuity. And if it's something that you've never tried before, of course, you're not going to be very confident that it's going to execute properly. You're working on the fly. You're winging it. You're not going by a plan where you know where all the variables land. Okay. Unfortunately, when we do that, it's definitely a learning experience. Okay, so maybe you're actually gaining stuff for your toolbox today. You're learning. You're trying new things, trying different things, or being forced to operate in a different manner. And what's at your disposal? Okay. Worst part of your day, we have the 2 of Pentacles. The Emperor in the reverse. And the King of Pentacles. Yeah, you might have trouble balancing or reconciling your need to conform and make things fit and control everything. 1 + 1 = 2. This is your outcome, versus dealing with the unseen and trying to make things work that maybe you don't see. Yeah, it ties in with this maybe not having full vision or the confidence in what direction you're going. Why? Because you're flying by the seat of your pants. In a way, it's kind of like getting dizzy and following your face. In which case, yes, finding your equilibrium, your balance between what you know is there and what is unknown is a little out of sorts. Okay. Yeah. Sticking with what you know versus, tapping into that inventiveness that is the ingenuity. I'm hearing trial and error. So yeah, we are trying something new, something different. Whether it's something that we had planned to try and see what happens, what comes of it, or something, an event, or something forces our hand and we're having to do the trial and error. As a response. And for some of you, this is just a testing day. If I do this, what happens? If I do that, what happens? It's kind of like learning the rules to a game. What is the full capacity? What is the full capability? Not just all the available variables outside of you, but what are you capable of? Hearing limits. Okay. Okay. Learning your own limits. That's always kind of a torturous thing. It can be great when you learn that your limits exceed beyond your expectations, that you're actually a being of unlimited potential and you are limitless. But in the 3D world, when you're dealing with 3D things, learning that you do have hard limits is, I'm hearing crash and burn. It is not always the funnest thing, because let's face it, you're a soul in a body. So one of your 3D limits is eventually you run out of go-go juice and you will crash and burn. Your body will force you to rest if you're not doing so. That is a hard limit for you. You only have so much energy at any given point, and you do have to recoup that at some point. And if you don't do that on your own, before you hit that hard limit, you crash and you burn. You literally face plant, go face down in the bean dip. And you learn the hard way of, okay, my body can't be pushed to that extent without repercussions. It will force me to rest regardless. Okay, so we're dealing with exploratory energy, trial and error, troubleshooting, finding limits. Okay. No wonder they wanted the 3 ships tapestry, because 3 ships to me reminds me of the 3 of Wands, which is an exploratory, embarking energy. Alright. So your obstacle, or how to get over your obstacle. We start off with the Sun in the reverse. The 7 of Cups. The King of Wands. The 6 of Swords in the reverse. The 2 of Wands in the reverse. The 8 of Cups in the reverse. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. The Queen of Pentacles. And the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Huh. Okay, yeah, exploratory, troubleshooting, trial and error. Trial and error. When things are out of sorts, we do choose to take action in some format. We make choices. Hopefully that is the right action to take, but sometimes the action we take doesn't propel us quite as far as we had hoped or dreamed of or anticipated. Remember, you don't know everything. Trial and error. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the choice you made, that you embarked on, what you had planned for, is necessarily the wrong one. It doesn't mean you actually have to give up. Just because it may not have turned out quite the way you had hoped. Example, if you... and nothing good comes to mind. If you enter the stages of a choice and it blows back in your face the first time, it doesn't mean that the principle, the idea of what you were trying to do is wrong. It just means the execution is incorrect. The principle, the principle is correct, but the steps in order to go from start to finish may be in the wrong order or incomplete. There's more data, there's more knowledge that's necessary. So yeah, something you choose may not work out quite the way you wished. However, it means you end up with more knowledge and more resources at your disposal by the end of it. Why? Because even if it's flubbed and not executed correctly, it still has a boon. It still comes with knowledge of what not to do, of what may be out of whack, what is out of sorts, maybe what you didn't account for. Okay. And here's the thing, when you explore the unknown, certain things now become known. Things you didn't think of before, the things you didn't know before, the things that you didn't know were possible before. Limits. Okay. So just because something unexpected happens, doesn't turn out the correct way, doesn't give you the results that you need, trial and error, doesn't mean that it's necessarily a failure. In fact, it's I'm hearing stepping stone. It's a stepping stone to getting it right. You have more data, you have more knowledge. You know more about the cause and the effect now. Probably on more than one aspect. So as the wheel turns, maybe you have a little bit more basis for which way it's going to turn. Hearing dial. Dialing it in. Oh, okay. Interesting. Fine tuning. Okay, yeah, you can dial it in. You can fine tune what you're trying to do. Trial and error. It's like having a good overview and then realizing it's not enough. It doesn't yield quite the punch that you want it to because, well, you didn't fine tune all the details. You have to go a little bit more in depth. There's more that's needed. But trial and error means you get more experience, you explore, you get more data, you find your limits, or find limits that you need to break through, or like I said, goes above your expectation. Okay, that's actually, I think, all they're giving me. So we're going to go right into our numerology. Everything here adds up to 80, which ultimately reduces to 8, and 8 in numerology on my chart is knowledge and data itself. It's what you're collecting. I have this horrible urge to sneeze. Anyway, that's nice. A failure is not a failure. It's just knowledge to be gained. Ingenuity. And in context, every time somebody did something for the first time, they didn't know what the outcome was going to be. And then slowly over time, through trial and error, they learned different ways of doing the same thing, and they learned what works and what doesn't. Willingness to try. Maybe not so confident in where you're going or why you're going there, but the willingness to try. Okay. And for those of you that like the astrology portion, we have Moon in Libra trining Jupiter and Gemini. So yes, open up to new ways to expand your life. You can enjoy exploring and take in new knowledge, and that's exactly what we show right here. Gotta love it when it all comes together in a nice, pretty package. Anyway, my loves, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for you. If it resonates, by all means, give me 2 thumbs up. And if it does not, no worries. It is a general reading after all. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.